Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Civ 6 here with Canada. Only on 202.44, but this might end up being the last stream. We'll have to see. Depends if we can get a quick win this game. Hello Whiskers, how are you today? You know, I was just having a quick look around the Empire while I was just getting things kind of ready. And we have so many like bonus crabs and fish, and we have a lot of sea resources. And they're bloody good tiles, that's for sure. I'm guessing that's also in part because of our pantheon. I think we chose fishing boats, if memory serves correctly. Yeah, plus 1 production for fishing boats, but that's not all of it. I think we also have some other bonuses. Obviously, we have Huithril here, which helps with our lakes, but in just general, like, you know, the fishing boats have been doing great for us this game. One thing I also noticed is that we can recruit a great person. In fact, we can recruit 2. We can recruit a great artist, but we'll get them next turn anyway, so I don't see the point in doing that. What we can do is pick up a great merchant here, Adam Smith, Industrial Era, 500 gold, and we gain +1 governor title or recruit a new governor. 940 faith, we're not going to use faith for anything else. That's a new merchant for us. Send him over to the Winnipeg Commercial District next turn. And that's progress there. We're also sending Gustav Eiffel down this way to help deal with the Hermitage. I think we'll get Petra anyway, we don't need the bonus production there. And if we lose Petra, it's not the end of the world, because Ottawa is not that much of a desert city. We're purely getting it because it doesn't. No one else seems to be going for it, so we're giving it a go. We're definitely going to reach a golden age next era, though, which is wonderful. And I imagine that's not going to be far away. I think it's only 4 turns. Yeah, industrial area ends in 3 turns, so not far away at all. So we're going into a. We're going to the. I presume the modern area in quite a strong position, I would think.
Garbage cans.
Now, this is good. We've got the naturalist, but we also have the Mountie, which is Canada's unique unit, and they can create 2 national parks, which is wonderful, and awards 3 envoys. Allows the building of national parks and the purchase of naturalists with faith. Allows builders to plant woods, second growth. Woods in your territory that have never been removed gain +1 appeal. Receive tourism from walls. Excellent. So we will definitely be going for some national parks, because that's only going to help boost our tourism. So that's very good indeed. Let's move Adam Smith over to here. He can give us some gold and also a governor title. Wonderful. In terms of civics, I think we want to keep going down the cultural route. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else where we can get ourselves some more diplomatic points. Certainly mass media might be something to think about. I don't think we need to think about mobilisation. We can go straight into cultural hermitage in the atomic era, actually. We could really push ahead. We'd be the first one there, that would be great. 8 culture, 5 great musician points per turn, 3 great works of music slot. 100 tourism from great works of art and artefacts. We're getting a lot of artists. Cultural heritage, shipwreck. I think we're going to go for cultural heritage. Just push ourselves forward. Speaking of great people, we can recruit another great artist. I think that's just the best thing to do. And we have 3 envoys. What can we do to be useful? I'd like to beat Gilgamesh back off here, because we are doing a lot of trade. So I think we'll try beat Gilgamesh off Bandar Brunei. I think that's the plan, really. That's going to help with our gold situation. And then we have a governor title, and what we will do, we will appoint Mani to Bandar Brunei. That's another 2. That should be another 2 envoys for us. I think that's correct. Angelica Kaufman, you can go here and create me some. Ooh, you've got 3 great works. Look at that. Anna Maria Jenkins and Thomas Jenkins. Wonderful. That is portrait. I'm just thinking about theming. We already have the themed art museum in Ottawa, which is good. In fact, we just made. I think we just got that now. No, I stand corrected. Okay, so we need to move some things around. That's for sure, but we can't do that just yet. That's fine. We have a lot of great people, and we're using them to hopefully quite useful effects. Let's allow F. Scott Fitzgerald to continue writing.
Blaine inherited from his mother every trait, except the stray, inexpressible few that made him worthwhile.
And this is just going to keep on helping our culture going forwards. Excellent. The Hermitage is not something we absolutely desperately need, but having some more great artist points, more great works of art slots, it's just going to be useful in general. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get any more cities at this point, but we are playing a very safe. We're trying to play quite passive. We're not intentionally playing pacifist. We'll fight against each other if they come after us, but we're not. It's not really our strength. It's not really our strong suit, military, because we try to be friends with everyone. Gentle eruption, but it doesn't really affect us. That's okay. Housing is always an issue, but that's okay. Let's not delete the unit, but let's in fact create the beautiful and the damned.
She was dazzling, a light. It was agony to comprehend her beauty in a glance.
F. Scott Fitzgerald, wonderful. And Angelica Kaufmann can do another portrait. Portrait of Johann Joachim Winkelmann. I'm hoping I pronounced that correctly. Whiskers, you're Dutch, I'm sure, or at least have Dutch heritage. Maybe you can help. I think that's something Dutch-based, but maybe not. I might be wrong. We have our archaeolog. How do you say that? You know what? Let's pretend like I didn't have to try to say that word. Close enough. Cool. I'll take it close enough. That's not bad in the grand scheme of things. I would like to build myself a Mountie. Mountie's only 4 turns. And we can start getting out some national parks. So I can't imagine there's many spaces left. Let's boost the Hermitage here. So even one boost of here gets us down another 15 turns on the Hermitage. It's excellent. It pretty much just guarantees we're going to get it. I mean, I would like to ensure we get the Sydney Opera House. So I'm hoping we'll be the first one into the atomic era. I think we will be. And then we can start work on the Sydney Opera House, which is pretty much a must, I think. In terms of actual kind of score, we're definitely not winning. But I think we are winning just in general. I'll happily take more gold. We have a lot of gold. We should be implementing that a bit more effectively, that's for sure. We'll go around and purchase it. Maybe we'll just purchase a whole bunch of Mounties. That might be the best option.
Petra is a brilliant display of man's artistry in turning barren rock into majestic wonder.
Ooh, having the Statue of Liberty and Petra right next to each other, and the pyramids on the other side. Oh, Ottawa. What a beautiful city you're turning into. That's gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, that's really cool. The traders on the open seas are like the kind of big shipping boats you get in the open seas. That's really cool. And also it means that Ottawa, their desert tiles are now at least somewhat useful. Not excellent, but they're at least useful to some extent. I don't know if we need the Panama Canal. It's plus 10 gold, but we get that pretty much anyway. Could think about the Great Zimbabwe, but we don't have any. It's got to be next to cattle. Honestly, I don't think we have that much cattle in the Empire. What can we do for you at the moment? I think we can get you a factory just to give you some more production in that part of the world. Angelica Kaufman, you need to head somewhere else. You can head down to Vancouver, I suppose. It's a free city here. Belongs to Poland, but is going to rebel. And I presume we'll go back towards Korea. I'm guessing that just changed hands at that point. And that's another 15 turns on the Hermitage. Wonderful. We should get that for ourselves. Excellent. Actually, if we can... I mean, Ottawa is definitely the City of Wonders. If we can get the Sydney Opera House out there, that would be wonderful. Let's excavate an artifact. And I will choose Wilfred Laurier. We get the Aspis. Where is the Archaeological Museum? 1 out of 3. Ancient artifact. That's an industrial. It's classical. That's not very helpful, but we'll... Sadly, we can't move that over. Okay, we'll just have to. We'll have to make do. I like how the music changes. Honestly, and also I think the delicate arch was a huge bonus for us in the early game. I know it was Faith, and we weren't really going deeply into Faith, but I still think it's very useful indeed. Bandar Brunei has declared war on Dido. That's interesting. That could be a problem. That's the first hurricane we've seen in this game. The Cat 4. Pelting rain and a howling gale mark the arrival of a mighty hurricane. And we're in the modern era, and we're in a golden age. How about that? Although nobody is not thrilled because we are suddenly, like, really, really amazing. Speaking of this Cat 4 hurricane, it's actually going to land in Charlottetown. Charlottetown's not like a huge problem if, you know, if Charlottetown does encounter issues. It's not the end of the world. We'll just move Ludwig van Beethoven down just to ensure that he stays safe. What can we do here that would be useful? I think we can probably get a Mountie out here as well. Okay, the Chinese and the Polish are also in a golden age. Oh no, sorry, they're in a... So, they're in a... China and Poland are in a heroic age that we are, having boosted back after a dark age. And Dido is in a golden age. Really, I think China is the big competition at the moment, that's for sure. But because you're under heroic age, we get to make 3 dedications. Wonderful. We will definitely take Harby to Steam. 10% production towards industrial era and native wonders. Campus district science adjacency bonus provides production as well. We will absolutely take reform of the coinage. And do we want to take Hickson to Corners? Honestly, probably not. We'll take 2 arms just in case we need to get some war out, to do some warring in a hurry, as it were. This warrior needs to find his way back somewhere useful. Let's say Hamilton. Hopefully that Cat 4 hurricane decides to stay there. It's funny because the world was so dark and drab before, and now it's suddenly like so amazingly bright. I'm a little concerned that China has a battleship right next door to Winnipeg. I must be honest. We might want to think about some more, maybe some more defences. We'll have to see. We're lucky enough to have not had anyone declare war on us this entire campaign. But that could change, and that could be definitely a bit of trouble. Research alliance with Trajan. I'm sure that's probably in my interests. Let's hope it is. Probably not, because his science is abysmal. But that's okay. We've we've made the science thing now. I think that's mostly to do with trade. Okay, the Cat 4 Hurricane has moved a bit. It's definitely got rid of that T and damaged some units in Charlottetown generally. Three damaged towers. We'll have to repair that going forward. In terms of Winnipeg here, is there any interesting like wonders or anything we can get? There's not. And we can't get an encampment because we still need some more space. How are we doing in terms of housing? We still have enough housing for the time being. We could always think about another housing neighbourhood should we need it. For the time being, we'll keep on working on workshops. Having great engineers is not a bad thing at all. You can create some great work for me, wonderful. And we'll send one envoy over to... Oh my goodness, Gilgamesh is really going in for Bandar Brunei. Interesting. We'll keep trying Bandar Brunei as well. But we may not be successful there, we'll have to see. One turn to radio, 3 to the national park, or 3 to cultural heritage. Still getting seaside resorts, which is wonderful. And the broadcast centre, which means we can continue working on our cultural push. We're really starting to pull away in terms of culture now. So we can use that to get a good win. We'll take a barbarian scroll. Okay. We definitely need to do some theming at some point, but we don't really have enough of these archaeological museums to make it work. But I'm intrigued to see how the Mounties work, because we haven't really been doing much in terms of kind of the Canadian bonuses at the moment, to be honest. We've still got a long way to go. But we haven't really been making use of them, because we haven't actually been in that tundra that much, apart from maybe up here in Charlottetown and eventually in Montreal, but we haven't really been focusing on that. Who but Canada can create the Mountie, and who can possibly resist it?
A world without radio is a deaf world.
Okay, broadcast centre, seaside resort, and the chance of aluminium. Wonderful. And we also push towards that. We need to renew our alliance with Gilgamesh. A cultural one. I do like culture. Oh, he's willing to pay us money to do so. He's willing to pay us money to enter a cultural alliance. I will happily do that. That's fine. In terms of research, what do we want to think about now? We're definitely in a weird spot. We haven't really done half of the things here. Certainly we can go for steel, but that's 6 turns away. I think we just keep on pushing up this way. I mean, definitely chemistry. A research lab would be nice. So I guess we'll go... Ooh, we could try for the Ossagaz, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. We'll try these. We'll try sanitation, and then we can go to replaceable parts next time. As well as, you know, upgrade to farm improvements wouldn't be bad. And eventually having chemistry would be useful as well, which eventually gets us into rocketry, which means the space race will begin. So I think that's the plan there. We've gone very specialised with our tech tree, that's for sure. We probably need some more housing in Hamilton fairly soon. But I want to see if these Mounties can actually create a national park anywhere. I don't think we have any space for that, to be honest. We need to have a look at our lenses. We don't have great appeal in the Empire, that's for sure. We need to try up that, and really the best way to do that would be the Eiffel Tower, which is here. How long is that going to take? 6 different groups of things to do. 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. That's a lot of turns to probably lose out to the Eiffel Tower. It would be lovely to get it. I just don't think it's worth the time wasted. We just need to find some other way to improve kind of appeal within the Empire, I think. I can't remember if this is actually a good way to improve the appeal, but we'll have to find out. We can get a... Let's get a broadcast center out, that's fine. You can go get me some more artifacts. The Mountie, I'm guessing can't... I don't think we have any national park areas. Potentially, we don't seem to have any. I'll send it out towards Vancouver. We might be able to generate one in time. I'll take another artifact of Wilfred Laurier. Wonderful. Sadly, I don't think we're going to be able to utilise the best part of the Mountie. But we can at least have a couple of extra units out on the field. It's not a bad thing. Japan's still not happy we're not following Bushido, but you know, what can we do? It is better that you lack ambition to reclaim land, because I believe you lack the acumen to rule what you would take. Nubia is starting to be annoyed. I feel I must declare Korea's friendship with you people, with your agreement, of course. No, and stop asking. No, I'm happy to be friends with as many people as possible. Although for a while Korea was kind of very much our big rival, but that's definitely going to be it's definitely going to be Qin Shi Huang here. We have so much money, I should really be doing something with it. Only 2 turns till the Hermitage. Right, what is going to be our best route here? It's going to be to somewhere in... Oh, look at that! Oh my word, 33 gold to go to Uruk, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. We're just going to send everyone to Uruk now, that's incredible. We can get a broadcast centre out here. We could probably do with repairing our university, but we could probably just buy them, to be honest. So I'll buy a builder. I'm going to get I'm just going to purchase a broadcast centre here, that's fine. Let's repair our university. You can come here and actually do the rest of your music playing. Hermitage to be built in 1 turn. Ludwig van Beethoven, let's go. I like the music. Send the Mountie just to come be kind of a bit more central, that's fine. I'm looking forward to when the Hermitage is done. That's going to be in just 1 turn. We do have some more money to spend, however. I'm going to try to spend it in Ottawa, because Ottawa's turning into a real powerhouse. We'll give it a factory. No, the factory's going to be produced soon. Anyway, we'll probably save up for the broadcast centre. I think that's fine. We're going to have the money to do that in literally 1 turn, so we'll wait for that. And Japan is really coming in with Buddhism to try to take over from the Islam of Korea. And in just 1 second we should have the Hermitage if we're lucky, if no one's stolen it. There are so few people living in your empire, it must be hard to get anything done. There's quite a few people living in our empire, China. But probably not as many as yours, I would imagine.
Museums are on the front lines of the fight for culture.
We got it. Wonderful.
Good with evil. In any case, of the fight against platitudes and primitiveness.
Such a cool building. It's gorgeous, honestly. Our expression of cultural heritage will define humanity's future in the atomic era. I believe we are the first one into the atomic era, if I'm not mistaken. We actually go to the cultural tree. We are by far and away the first people here. Excellent. It also gives us 3 envoys as well. And I would very much like to switch into hermitage tourism. I don't think we need... triangular trade would be nice. I think we can probably take off triangular trade. We're earning so much money per turn with 300 gold. I think we can probably put in hermitage tourism. There we go. Currently our tourism is at 130. Let's see what that jumps to. 134. Not that much at the moment, but it will add up. It does mean we've just lost 50 gold, but I think that's okay. We can't quite get into environmentalism at the moment. We've got a lot of things to do before we can do environmentalism, that's for sure. What we can, however, do is mass media. That's Broadway, that's Christ the Redeemer, or Cristo Redentor, which would also be very nice, although we're not really doing a religious cultural victory, but we are doing cultural victory in general, so that's not bad. Can you get... oh, you can get the Sydney Opera House out in 24. Is that Montreal? No, that's Winnipeg. I only say this because Pingala can get a curator, but we might just want to move Pingala elsewhere. How long would it take for the... how long would it take for Montreal to build the Sydney Opera House? Let's have a look. 39 turns. I'm not willing to wait that long. Even with the factory, I imagine that's not going to be enough. But we'll give Montreal a factory anyway. I think we might be building a factory and we just spent all our money. That's okay. 32 turns is not bad. And we're going to be the first ones there. Montreal is generally quite slow to do things anyway. Okay, we'll put down the Sydney Opera House in Montreal. Although I'm sure we can get it quicker elsewhere. Charlottetown. Does Charlottetown need any housing? No, it doesn't. We'll get some walls out just in case we get kind of any neighbours having any stupid ideas, which is entirely possible. We can always use our... we can always purchase a builder. I was going to say and chop down some trees, but there aren't many. But there is some up here. So we might be able to use that in our kind of as an advantage. We need to repair here in Charlottetown after that category 4 hurricane. We'll get a factory down in Vancouver. In terms of Winnipeg, we could probably do with some more useful things. We don't need settlers or builders. I don't think we need any Mounties because we're not going to be very successful there, that's for sure. Get a factory down. Yeah, factory down 5's not bad. I mean, that is going to contribute to kind of the rising sea levels, so we're just going to pretend like we're not the ones contributing to all the global warming. But that's okay. We have 3 envoys. And we're taking Brandon Brunei for ourselves. And we've also found Prislav, which we'll give 1 envoy to. Although that's definitely one we're not going to be able to take off Gilgamesh if he's got 8 there. And we're going to push towards giving Fez 6 envoys, as it's another additional 2 science in every university building. Very useful indeed. The Mountie is just going to go on alert. We're just going to have a few of them hanging around the Empire should we need them. doing well. We're doing very well indeed. Japan has finished the Hagia Sophia, that's okay. I might set this privateer on auto explore, but he may not be able to get through, that's the thing. Oh, Victoria, such a shame. I mean, it does look like it's actually expanding very slowly, but it would have been nice to get the Gallipolis Islands in general. I forgot about these warriors down here.
No innovation in the past 200 years has done more to save lives and improve health than the sanitation revolution, triggered by the invention of the toilet.
I would certainly like to get that wonder if we can. We'll have to see. I mean, we're not as far ahead on science as I would like in comparison. I mean, we're in first place, but we're also tied with Poland, China, and someone else as well. So it's not like we're kind of right there at the top. We'll go for replaceable parts now. We're never going to own 3-line infantry, but that's okay. We'll get our tea plantation back up and running. You'll just have to kind of run back home, if you can. Get to the open seas, hopefully, but you probably won't manage it. How are we doing in terms of global warming in general? The world climate? Okay, Dido's showing the top contributor. That's definitely because she's producing a lot of boats, that's for sure. CO2 levels. We're contributing more than I would like. Contributing 72. Which is not the worst, but we want to make sure we don't push that too far. Because then that could turn into a bit of an issue. Looks like Quetzalcoatl here is going to rebel, I guess, to Japan. Interesting. Next turn Ottawa will be done, but Ottawa's not by a river. Montreal's not by a river. Who is by a river? Vancouver's by a river. No. Vancouver is by a river. But we can't build that. I guess because there's the sugar there. That counts as a luxury resource. Can I cancel the... I suppose it's a lake. We don't really buy many rivers, we mostly buy kind of lakes. That's our fresh water source. Oh, we really don't have any rivers at all, do we? Hamilton. Can't build it. Again, no river. Even though the production in Hamilton is pretty damn good. Yeah, we really don't have many rivers at all. The only river we have is in Vancouver. That's remarkably short. And sadly, I don't think we can, unless we just literally invade Nazca. I don't think we can bring them on side really. So I think that wonder is going to have to sit by the wayside unless we can destroy that sugar resource, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. I suppose we could try settle by a river purely for that sake, but there don't seem to be many many rivers around for us at the moment, which is weird. Okay, they want 7 gold. They'll give me some cultural stuff, and they want some one-time deals and some turtles. That's I have 5 turtles. Definitely be sending that to a profit to someone. I'm definitely the turtle master of this game. But then again, we have been by the sea a lot, so that's, I suppose that makes sense, really. St. Basil's Cathedral and some other... Oh, and the wonder I was trying to get was done this turn anyway, so that's not a problem. So at least we didn't invest in it to, to not get it. That's good. I'm going to purchase a builder in Montreal purely for the sake of... Oh, it might have been a mistake to do the Sydney Opera House here. I shouldn't have put this in such a slow area, but I didn't see what choice I had. I could have put it elsewhere, but Pinkala is here, so I wanted to make that work. Obviously 34 turns is quite a while, but it also frees up kind of more productive cities to do things a bit quicker, which would be useful. Definitely do the Panama Canal, but I don't know if that's worth it. Well, it's the plus 10 gold per turn. But you would need to be able to do multiple bits of the canal, so I don't think that is worth it. I'm trying not to like overload on things that require power. Let's get ourselves an encampment down somewhere useful. Kind of somewhere on an active front. Let's say here. Having at least a little bit of military defence should the need arise would not be the worst thing in the world, that's for sure. There's not many things we can do here in Charlotte Town. I suppose we can get some spies out, do some corporate espionage or something similar. Let's go get the mine done as well. We'll also need to repair that farm, that's for sure. Gilgamesh wants to join war against Poland. I'm afraid not, my good man. I've spent the whole game trying to avoid wars. People really want my aluminium. Probably shouldn't be selling it to people, but I'll take it. I don't mind the extra gold, that's for sure. Ah, Victoria, the town never to be. That's it, or the city never to be, but that's okay. We've really boosted our tourism this. We've really boosted our tourism this game, or this session of the game. We're definitely pushing ahead there as well. Although still definitely a long way to go. We'd definitely much better just going for a diplomatic victory, but that's okay. What can we build in St. John? St. John is a weird one because it's such an odd place in terms of like how much production of food it's got. Although the fishing is definitely helping, that's for sure. Get a library down in 5. Having a little bit more science, not going to be the worst thing in the world, that's for sure. Crew wants an economical islands, that's fine. I don't know if that actually boosts us because we're not really trading with Korea at the moment, but having alliances just feels like a useful thing. And I presume gives me some diplomatic favour, but I might be wrong. You can build on this amber, get some more production going, wonderful. I think we might have some more archaeologists somewhere. We definitely need to speed up Montreal somewhere, because eventually someone else will get to the same place as us, although most people are still back in the early parts of the modern era. We can definitely think about Christ the Redeemer. I don't know how many seaside resorts we're going for, but having seaside resorts would be useful. Plus, it's just another full culture for Christ the Redeemer. And there doesn't seem to be a particular place where you have to put it, which is quite useful because we're struggling a bit for space at the moment. Very interesting indeed. I would definitely like the Anne Mooson Scott Research Station, but we're not. Well, we might get it actually. We'll have to see. We're definitely pushing ahead in culture, but science still quite a way to go. As long as someone's going to win a ridiculous religious victory. No, there's still enough. That seems to be okay, because I think you need... Yeah, every single... your region must become the predominant religion for every civilization in the game. So that's easier said than done, that's for sure. Okay. I think we can... Come back up here, you can fix the farm. What do we want to work on now in terms of culture? Mobilisation. Capitalism wouldn't be a bad thing, that's for sure. Definitely think about market economy. Oh, but that might be even more exciting. We have a lot of shipyards. We have we definitely have a lot of banks. We can get a lot of. If we can just keep on getting great merchants out every single, every once in a while, that'd be good. Might want to think about James Watt here. Instantly builds a factory and workshop in this district. Factories provide +2 production, I presume, across the entire empire. Let's get him. Definitely do something useful. That here in Winnipeg we can get ourselves Christ the Redeemer. I don't mind putting Christ the Redeemer here, that's okay. Just trying to think if there's anywhere particular where we don't want to block off. Honestly, the sheep are fine, but they're not gonna. It's not the end of the world. We'll put Christ the Redeemer here. A governor title. What else can Pingala do? We will give him curator. That should give us a bit more tourism once things are moving along here. Let's go to Great Works. Interesting. That's themed now, which is wonderful. So that's additional tourism for us. We still have a lot of other theming to do, but we're at least making good progress there. I don't think we'll be getting into a golden age this time, but we can at least do something useful. Big old mega colossal volcano eruption here. Although only 0 tiles damaged, 0 population lost, 0 units killed, it can't be that much of a mega colossal eruption. But I stand corrected. We're going to give Ottawa ancient walls. I'm just going to start giving us a little bit of options in terms of defence, and just in case they decide to do something silly, which is entirely possible. Ooh, Broadway. Plus 20% culture in the city, 1 free random atomic elixir boost. We've got a good spot there on the deer. We'll have to go to the deer. I don't know, we'll take them to like a nature reserve or something. Yeah, let's get it down. Unless we can get it maybe in Ottawa. 26 turns in Ottawa. And 23 in Broadway. Oh. So 23 in Charlottetown, I should say. Let's have a look and make sure we're not going to miss out on it anywhere quicker elsewhere. Here in Hamilton, 29. Vancouver 34. Charlottetown, it's all yours. There you go. Let's try and get the Broadway down. It is going to remove the deer in the camp, but that's okay. In terms of corporate espionage, who do we not really like? Who doesn't really like us very much? Poland. Plock. Let's go. We might be able to... We might actually be able to flip Plock if we're lucky. I doubt we will, but we'll give it a go. James Watt, I'm going to transfer you over to Montreal in the hopes that you can do some useful going forward. Let's get some farms down here. We'll probably purchase another builder there just to have them as kind of a support. And that Aztec city we were talking about has gone independent. That's wonderful. I'm guessing that will go to Japan, but you never know. I'm just going to purchase another builder here. And you can go do some more kind of farming and stuff like that. James Watt, you can go over here. Hopefully just try and improve Canada somewhat. Or improve the Sydney Opera House. I stand corrected. No, but that probably helps our production across the Empire, so that's not bad at all. I'm guessing that's because we already had all the stuff we need there. That might be why. We definitely could have got this out sooner, but that's okay.
Than we do of our own bodies. Yet the auto has replaceable parts.
Okay, we can get the food market, but I don't know if that's an immediate priority. You can come here and build another farm. That should really help with feudalism going forward. Wonderful. I guess you can come over to... Actually, James Watt is probably most useful over in St. John, because we haven't got a factory or workshop there. So we can really speed up production in that part of the world. I don't think I've ever built the Golden Gate Bridge. Although that would be cool, that's for sure. We can go for chemistry, we could go for electricity, which would be nice. Setting the seaport would help. And we definitely might think about... Okay, let's go for electricity, because we can go for seaport, which is definitely useful. But first we'll get into the rocketry, so we can start work on some space races, should we need to do so. If we can be the first ones to start building towards the space race, that'd be very useful indeed. That being said, the space race is a lot more complicated than when I last played. It used to only be the 3 objectives: satellite, moon and Martian ecology. Obviously now we have to do these extra bits as well, but that's okay. It does make the science run a bit more interesting. In terms of production here in Ottawa, I suppose we could think about a canal, but no, I don't think that's the best use of our time. How do you do in terms of housing? You could definitely do with a neighbourhood. Somewhere which looks nice, but I'd like to save some good places for seaside resorts, so we'll build it there. There's nothing else particularly there, and it gives you a lot more breathing room going forward. Hamilton, we might just give you ancient walls as well, so you have some military protection. We could think about a government plaza here in Plock. Purely just to try annoy the Polish and maybe try get their city. I don't know if it's going to work. We've lost suzerainship of Brandon Brunei. That's fine, we can retake that at some point, I'm sure. I still think we'll probably win on diplomatic victory, but there's still quite a way to go. I mean, us and our allies are kind of the top three. We still haven't met two players. I'm trying to work out who they are. China's built the Panama Canal, some will be expected. Okay, you can go there and hopefully try fix that issue with that farm. Vancouver, what can you do that's useful? Okay, you are struggling with your population size. So we'll give you a neighbourhood. We were already working on one, but we swapped it out for something else. That's okay. Okay, so Japanese spy was trying to do things in Winnipeg, but we caught them. That's okay. How's that? There's still a free city state, but it looks like they'll jump to Japan at some point soon. Which is definitely interesting. This is why I think we need to give St. John the neighbourhood of government plazas, because I think they're kind of not by themselves necessarily, but they're surrounded by a lot of other cities. Hamilton could also do with some more housing, that's for sure. And we can't go any for wonders there. So we'll give you a neighbourhood. Again, preferably on a slightly, dull tile, which we're not really doing much with. Let's say this one here. Actually, we can do it here. +5 is not bad at all. And just having that extra housing just helps such a great deal. It really does. I mean, that would look cool if we manage it. Just in the Opera House. Especially as it'll be right next to our theatre district and cultural square, and he can just you can just walk through Montreal's cultural district, and then you're in. Or walk through the theatre square, and then you end up in the Sydney Opera House. How cool is that? James Watt here in St. John. And this should help boost our production quite a lot. Wonderful. This guy here can repair this farm. That improves the food here a lot as well. All thanks to feudalism, of course. Excellent. 19 turns for Broadway. You want to buy some coal and iron? That's fine. Although I should really make sure I have enough coal for myself. We are using quite a bit of it nowadays.
The inherent vice of capitalism is the unequal sharing of blessings. The inherent...
Or I'd like to switch over to laissez-faire. I think we will do that. I'm going to get rid of the campus adjacency. Purely because I don't think we're going to be going for a science victory in the long run. And I think this will be of more use to us in the long run. Having better merchants, and I think it was great engineers as well. Does knacker our science a bit, but I think that's okay. There's not much we can research now until we get ideal hard to say. Ideal. Oh my goodness, my brain's not working. Ideology. There we go. That's now I can still talk. This builder here, can you go do something more useful elsewhere? Very possibly. We'll send you down over this way. You might be able to build a mine or something in Ottawa, which is really struggling. I'm guessing it's due to housing. Yes, it is. But we are working on the neighbourhoods. That's not a problem. Any great people we can buy for cheap? Not at the moment, but that's okay. We're earning a lot of kind of great admiral points. Not that we really need them, but let's see. Let's see if we can get some more points here in terms of the World Congress. I'll happily push myself in terms of new districts. And I will happily support... Ooh. Chosen play gets 2 diplomatic victory points. Wilfred Laurier. I'd rather do that, to be honest. And we will do production as well. And the World Fair. Generating great people points. Which nation has the best creatives and inventors? Let us see who has the greatest minds. I will definitely join this. Gain score by generating great people points per turn. Let's see how this goes. Come on. Let's at least get like 3 points out of this if we can. Oh, we're getting there. I think that's what, 1, 2. That should be 4 more points for our diplomatic victory. We cannot, you know, we're not going to be far off.
Chemists do not usually stutter. It would be very awkward if they did, seeing that they have times to get out such words as methyl ethyl amylo phenolium.
Well done, Trombian. I would have not been able to say that. Okay, we need to generate some great people points per turn. That gives us 1 great victory point, some great person points, and even some civic boosts. So that's not bad at all. But that should have given us, what, another 4 points? Yeah, that's 4 diplomatic victory points. We are only 4 points away from winning a diplomatic victory. 6 from Congress participation, 2 from diplomatic victory resolution, 4 from Wonders Tech and Civics, and 4 from scored competitions. I mean, no one is close, even getting close to us in terms of a diplomatic victory. This is incredible. I hadn't planned to win this, this time, but winning this stream. But if we do, it's not the end of the world. Let's get rocketry underway. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be going in for a space race, but space race is always fun to at least try participate in. Sadly, I don't think Plock is going to be coming over to us anytime soon, but we can at least pretend like they will. We will get a... We can't get a theatre square down here. We're just waiting for a bit more space here in St. John. Could probably do with a neighbourhood somewhere, to be honest. And there's a nice empty spot there. We don't need it yet, but getting it later down the line would not be a bad thing at all. Let's do... I don't think we need to do more in Pingala for the time being, that's fine. I think we'll just take that just to ensure that Winnipeg stays safe from any kind of environmental things, especially as Winnipeg is by the sea. I think that's probably the best option, just to ensure that Winnipeg doesn't have too many issues with that kind of thing. We can build a seaside resort here for +4 gold, which is not bad at all, and presumably helps our tourism as well. The laughter of families and the sigh of lovers fill the air as the world's first seaside resort opens in Ottawa of Canada. Possibly a strange place for the first ever seaside resort, but, you know, it's not bad at all. They want their captive back. They'll give me the Last Judgment, which is just more cultural, and they also give me money. Yeah, you can have your spy back, that's fine. It's not a problem at all, my good man. I can't forget... Oh yeah, that's why you don't like me, because of Saint. I'm not really big into the faith. Well, I have some faith, but not like all the faith. How's the World Fair going? Wow! 177 points. Do we not see the other guys' points, or maybe they just don't tell us till the very end? That's a lot of points. What else can you do that's useful? You can come up here and build possibly a quarry. I think is more useful for Ottawa. I would like to reduce enemy loyalty here by 50%. It discovered Joe, the Polish leader, will lose respect for us, but she doesn't really like us anyway. So I don't see that as kind of a huge loss, that's for sure. Let's go for a broadcast centre. Let's just go all in on culture. That can be our backup, or potential backup victory. That being said, Montezuma is doing pretty well. Has someone just declared war on us? Yes, Poland has. Why have you declared war on me? Okay, so he wants me to give him 3 great works. In return, he'll give me quite a bit of money and 2 great works. So really I'm losing like 1 or 2 bits of culture for a lot of money. And we probably need to fund a bit of an army here. I'll happily take war and peace off you for some turtles and iron, that's fine. Oh, come on, Poland. Why did you have to go to war with me? I mean, luckily we do have quite a few Caesarean ships. And I think, has Gilgamesh come and joined? Has Gilgamesh joined us? That's incredible. So Gilgamesh is at war with Korea, myself, and with Gilgamesh as well. I don't think Trajan and Poland have met, but otherwise they would be fighting as well. I'm not entirely sure why Poland felt it was necessary to go to war with me. But now you've done that, Poland, it's open hunting season on Poland. So let's purchase some items. We're gonna pretty much just purchase all the. Actually, we'll purchase it in Charlottetown. I think that can be our. I suppose we can do it here in Ottawa. It's not a problem. We can get some Mounties, and they do have good movement, definitely. One issue is that we don't really have any oil, so we can't do that. Yeah, we can just start getting some Mounties out. I think that's the best chance we have, really. Okie dokie, let's start into a war. I must say I'm surprised Poland. That didn't feel overly necessary. We'll start producing stables and etc. from this part of the world. Let's get a. I don't think we need an ironclad. We do have a couple of boats around. These are all kind of Renaissance available stuff, so let's keep going with the Mountie. Oh, I see why we were pulled into the war. We weren't directly attacked. Poland declared war against Korea, and because we have an alliance with Korea, we were pulled into the massive kind of fight. Interesting. Well, we're going to go attack Poland because we haven't really done any warring this. We haven't really done any warring this entire campaign, so having a little bit of war would be fun, to be honest. especially when Korea is all friendly like that. Gilgamesh wants to give me 62 gold per turn. And he wants to try to take away some of my culture. Or do I do that? Honestly, 62 gold would be lovely. Can I give you one? Can I give you this exemplary novel? How much would you pay for the exemplary novel? For now, I'm just going to say no. Because culture is kind of about everyone wants to buy my great works. 4 and 4, 3 and 2. That gives me... No, sorry Trojan. Perhaps in the future we shall find an agreeable deal. You seem rather nice, Trojan. We're definitely putting ahead of everyone else though, that's for sure. Let's keep on moving the Mounties forward. We've got a bunch of them around this kind of area. There's another Mountie here we can move up. I don't think we can get this boat over to annoy Poland, but let's give it a go. And at least he can go do a little bit of exploring in the meantime. To be honest, we probably don't want to push too much into Poland. I'm more than happy to kind of stay mostly passive. Just because I'm aware that the city is defended. Are we at war with Kabul? Who's your Caesarean? No one. Okay, so currently there's not an issue there. Can I sneak a Mountie by this way? Probably not, but we'll give it a test. You two can form a core. Okay, what else can we build here in Otto which will be useful? I don't know if we need that much of a military, but we'll get an armory down, especially as that's just more production here in Ottawa itself. And if we ever need a great general, that will help us out. It's telling us to build potentially a farm here. I don't think we need the food. We'll get some more production down, as that's a +5 production. In fact, the first +5 production in this city, which is quite surprising actually. I thought that would have been the case by now. Still 18 turns to the Sydney Opera House, 13 for Broadway. That's going a little bit quicker, which is wonderful. Volcano dormant, that's not a problem. In some regards, having the Mounties there is not very useful. We could go for Yangsan. Yangsan looks a lot more... Well, I say it's kind of unprotected, it's not really. Let's get... I'm just going to kind of play a bit more defensive. Like, I don't think we really need to be... I don't think we need to be fighting so aggressively there. We'll form a secondary core of Mounties here. And here in Hamilton, get a research lab and get a sewer down. How are you doing in terms of housing? You have plenty of housing, so that's not a problem. Well, you don't have as much food, to be honest. We can give you a food market. That does give you some additional food. It's 8 turns away. It'll certainly help you grow a bit quicker, so that's not a bad Not a bad call, I don't think. I can pillage that road, but that's not very useful. Let's go see what's happening up at Yangsan. This builder here, meanwhile, can hopefully maybe go do something useful in Montreal. How is... has anyone else got to... Oh, China's here with me, and China's very good at building wonders quickly. That's why their builders are so dangerous. I should have just rushed the opera house where possible. That's okay. China I think will win culturally, but we might win. I think we'll win diplomatically, to be honest. I'm happy to take some more writing for some niter and some turtles. Pretty much just been doing turtle diplomacy this entire time. No, we didn't get Broadway. And it was someone we didn't know who it was. Interesting. And was Broadway
to rally people, governments need enemies.
I think Broadway was a
have a real enemy. They will
sciencey one, wasn't it?
In order to...
Was Broadway a sciencey one? Or was it a cultural one? Oh well, it's not the end of the world. It does mean that we've got a bunch of production here in Charlottetown. I don't really know what to do with it. What's the best thing to do here? We can go for... Actually, let's go for research lab. That's another 7 science straight away. Let's upgrade... Oh, hang on. No, I didn't mean to assign you. I need to promote you. Other cities within 9 tiles not owned by you lose 2 loyalty per turn. That sounds fun. Well, that does kind of mean that actually the people I'm destabilizing the most are actually my allies, but that's okay. You can just fortify till healed for the time being. You can at least go see what's happening here in Yangsan. We might be able to do like a rush of Mounties at this place. Although I don't want to really be the target of a lot of kind of negative kind of war score and negative relations with a lot of these world leaders. I like to stay how it is. China, however, might just need to die because first of all they stole Broadway off me. Oh no, someone stole Broadway off me. We haven't met them yet. But if it wasn't China, that makes me concerned because it means I may not get the Sydney Opera House. I may not get... I think I should get Christ the Redentor, Christ the Redeemer. I would hope. Oh, it'd be really cool if you could combine the Delicate Arch and Christ the Redeemer for like a really... like a mix of different things there. That would be cool. How's the World Fair coming along? Ooh. Okay, it's a little bit tighter than I thought. I think we will still at least get in the top 3, but I thought we would have had more. I mean, Montezuma's really going for it as well, isn't he? Blimey. Okay, a boost towards nuclear research. Wonderful. We could potentially go in for Yangsan. I don't think Yangsan has walls. It doesn't. Right, let's go in. It seems Yangsan doesn't have walls. So we're just going to go and liberate it, air quotes. Here in Ottawa, let's get a research lab. We can't really go for any of these. We don't have the relevant locations to be able to do that. I'd like a commercial zone in this area, but we don't have enough population. Let's go for a research lab here. Production in Charlottetown, we can go for an encampment, we can go for an aerodrome or harbour. We can go for the harbour, I suppose. There's a +4 harbour here. It's not doing anything else particularly useful in that area, so that's not a bad thing. Let's go get a mine down over here. Oh, that's an aluminium one as well. And that might help with the production in Montreal. Montreal? By the way, if you are Canadian and I've been butchering your beautiful names for the last 3 or 4 streams, I apologise. And the religious wars ever continue, but for the most part they don't particularly seem to concern us, so that's okay. In fact, we could probably do something with these marshes and floodplains as well. So we'll have to see. Let's keep on moving these Mounties forward. Wow, that Mountie took a lot of health. Let's pull you back to recover. I mean, Mounties aren't really good for invading, I think that's the thing. We can form an army, that would be cool. A Mountie army, there we go. We also have a core there as well, excellent. Riders of Rohan. Okay, let's get aluminium there. I'm going to purchase another builder here in Montreal to go down and deal with these things down here, I think. That's going to be the way forward. I think we will avoid a Dark Age. I don't know if we'll get to a Golden Age in time. But that's okay. Montezuma wants an embassy, that's okay. I'm more happy to be friends with as many people as possible. Apart from you, Poland. China doesn't like us very much, but I kind of expected that might happen. Let's get another mine down here. That gives us boost to nanotechnology and also gives us another boost to our turn there. Our spy's been detected, so we're going to have to get out of there. Poland's not going to like us, but they're already at war with us, so it's not going to be that useful. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting the Aztec city to join China. I was kind of expecting it to join Japan. That reminds me, how many cities do you have? Because there must be absolutely billions of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good grief. That's a lot. It's a lot of cities, which gives them a lot of production power. Anyone we can recruit here? We can recruit you, but I think you will be getting you soon anyway. But let's recruit you on the cheap. We'll save our faith for this chap here. Actually, we don't really need a great admiral, to be honest. We'll buy this great musician now. The sooner we can get this started, I would say, the better. So you can go down to... You can transfer to Hamilton, I think. Yeah, you can transfer to Hamilton and we'll deal with you next time. This builder can come over here. This Mountie, I'm just going to pull back. I'm going to let these guys heal up. We're not really at active war with Poland.
Water everywhere.
Ooh.
Nor any drop to drink.
Lake Retba. Don't think it's quite rare to find a new natural wonder this late in the game. What is it? It's a 2-star natural wonder. provides +2 culture, +2 gold, and +1 production. I can see how that might be pretty useful in the early game, although the fact it doesn't provide fresh water is a little bit meh. It's an okay. Personally, I think that's a perfectly fine, like, early natural wonder. I don't think it's one of the really good ones. In fact, I'm playing a kind of a private game at the moment as Wilhelmina of the Netherlands, and I started by the Great Barrier Reef, which again is probably not an excellent one, but having the additional 3 food and 2 science in my second city was really rather useful. Okay, let's transfer you down to Hamilton. Wonderful. Here in St. John, we can go for a university. We go for the Venetian Arsenal. There's some interesting things going on outside my window. If we do have issues with rising floodwaters, we could be in a bit of trouble here. So we haven't really gone in for any dams at all. How's the climate doing? Still no climate change yet. Could definitely be an issue going forward soon, maybe. Would you allow us to establish an embassy? It's quite weird that we're in an active alliance, but we don't have an embassy with each other yet. But I suppose that's okay, you know. It's not a problem. Many dispute the actual start of the atomic era, but you know it was when Canada discovered rocketry, meaning we should, I think, now have avoided the Dark Age. Wonderful. And this was a +1 production from quarry improvements. Wonderful. It means we can start work on the space race, at least the beginning of the space race. Space race is a long old job, that's for sure. I would like to get, eventually I'd like to get computers, and actually having submarines, hydroelectric dams, not a bad thing at all. I don't think we'll be going in for any nuclear devices, just because we haven't really been going for the tech for it. But maybe in the future, if this kind of drags out. Let's get a research lab. Yeah, we can get a research lab down here. There we go. You can just stay on alert for the time being. Antonio Carlos Gomez can go out to our place here and do some lovely music playing. Very nice indeed. And he can do the other one in Vancouver, which I think we just produced just in time. We can remove the marsh there, which gives us some food, which gives us another population. And then we'll go get the rice done here. Okay. I really hope we don't lose this in the Opera House, but it's going to be close either way. Christ the Redeemer we should get, as that's next turn. You want peace? I want a city. Or preferably, like, all your great works. I'm willing to cancel the gold. I don't think she wants to trade her stuff. You know what? I'm happy to do that. I just want as much gold from you as possible. Preferably per turn, I think. One-time deal of 10 gold? No. I want more than that, that's for sure. Although we probably should make peace soon so she doesn't come in for us purely by herself. As I don't think she's at war... No, she's not at war with anyone else now. Let's make peace to ensure that we don't
Thus,
have
the
issues.
sculpture serves to give people one thought. Everything is in God's hands.
It'd be cool to go see Cristo Redentor one day in real life. There are so many of these wonders I would love to go see in real life. Obviously, some of them are no longer kind of with us. Obviously, something like the Colossus Rhodes, you know, it's not really a thing anymore. But still, here in Winnipeg, where can we trick ourselves a spaceport? Sure, here. Put ourselves a spaceport there. Just because spaceports are fun, I guess. Yeah, there's so many of these places I'd love to go see. So many things to do, so many things I'd like to... So many places I'd like to go. It's just a question of money, time, and many other things. I suppose we could plant woods. I think... Oh, let's do that. Plant woods and then set up a lumber mill. That's probably gonna... I wish I thought of it sooner. It's probably not going to be that useful nowadays. Let's create another great work here. (1810 AD). Wonderful. Feels weird that we've got all these technological advancements 200 years early, 210 years early. 212 to be precise, or 213. And this game could go on for another 225 turns, although I don't think it will. I think it will end pretty soon. Oh, hello. Did you take Broadway from me? He already doesn't like me. Like he's already actively unfriendly with me, and I've known him for all of 10 seconds. I actually don't know what your things are that we need to kind of look out for.
Continue to exist without an ideology.
Just making sure there's nothing there. I don't think there's anything we need in ideology specifically. But that does allow us to move forward. What government do we want to go for? Fascism, democracy, or class struggle? I feel like probably democracy. 15% discount on purchases with gold, that's useful. Makes the gold stretch that a little bit further. So I guess we'll go for... suffrage then. Wonderful. I don't think we need another... Do we need another spaceport? I don't think we need another spaceport. Pushes that's kind of a long way away. I'm not going to build it here just because I think there's... Actually, we can just buy a builder, that's not a problem. Actually, let's just buy ourselves a shipyard here. We can buy ourselves a builder. No, we can probably just buy ourselves a builder here instead. Yeah, we can do that. And in terms of production, you can start work on a research lab. Even though we're probably not going to go for science victory, having extra science, never a bad thing. Charlottetown, what can we do for you? You've got enough amenities, you have enough housing for the time being. Could build a shopping mall, that helps with tourism. So let's go for a lighthouse, that gets us another trade route pretty much instantaneously. Send our spy back out into Poland. Why don't you like me, India? You try to conquer neighbouring civilizations, and like civilizations that are not his neighbours yet, does not like his neighbours. we're not neighbours because I've only just met you. So you should really like me a bit more than you are. Okay, I think I'm going to plant some woods here. There we go. And then we can production that up and hopefully ensure we get the Sydney Opera House. I'm going to be very sad if we lose it. It's definitely a race between us and China, I think. They want coal and elephants. They'll give me some money, and they'll also give me David. The sculpture, not just the man called David. I'll happily take any more tourism stuff possible. Well, I imagine I'm kind of running out of space for my great works. It's not too bad. But eventually it's going to become a bit of a trouble. Who can we claim? We can claim a Great Admiral that we likely don't need. Honestly, I'm just going to pass. We might get a different Great Admiral. But we'll probably have to wait for someone else to recruit the Great Admiral, so we're going to have to wait for the Aztecs to recruit him instead. Great Engineer here. Ooh, 27 production towards space-based projects. We're going to get him in 2 turns anyway, so I'm not going to spend the faith. Especially as we're still building our spaceport. It's going to take a long while for our spaceport to be done anyway, so it's not a huge issue, I don't think. Maybe we can get a second spaceport down in Ottawa. Just so we have a couple of spaceports going. Basically just giving ourselves options. +2 lumber mill here. It's not ideal, but it's at least a little bit more production in what is a very slow production area. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Definitely want as much production as possible. Next time you can go deal with that rice there. The Mounties can just stay on fortify till they're needed, really. In terms of here, you can go get me some bananas. And you can also build some mines as well. Maybe a seaside resort there on the very corner. That would be nice, wouldn't it? You want to make peace? I kind of forgot about that. I will happily make peace just so we don't have to engage in all-out war by ourselves. I think that's important. How's the World's Fair going? We are pulling ahead, but both India and the Aztecs are still nipping at our heels, that's for sure. So just completed a wonder somewhere. I really hope that's not one we were going after. Dido's finished building the University of Sancor, that's fine. We need to renew our alliance with Trajan, declare friendship. Alliance, I think we had a research alliance with you. Honestly, I don't mind waiting till he... Actually... Yeah, I don't mind waiting. No, it's useful having allies. Can I get some money off you? Yes, I can. I think the first game of Civ 6 I ever played was with Trojan. I don't think we need a third spaceport, that's okay. In 2 turns you'll be able to get some more. You'll be able to get another district down. So for now, let's just give you a shipyard, and we can also get another trade route. Let's purchase it in Ottawa. Trader, there we go. Next turn, we can send him probably back over towards Gilgamesh, I'd imagine. World Congress is about to meet. I'm intrigued to see what that's about. We know pretty much about all the civilizations apart from one. So I'm intrigued to see what that will be about, because if that's more points that we can earn, that'll be useful. This is another 2 diplomatic victory points for us, potentially. Because I mean, giving gold to China is not something I'd really like to do, because China are, I would say, arguably our strongest rival. But I will join, because 2 diplomatic victory points would be useful. We've got an achievement drama queen. What does that mean? Join will be the target of 3 emergencies in a single game. Wonderful. So that's 2. Not everyone's joined that one. Apparently we're already -4 for, I don't know, reasons. But we'll give that money last minute, so we're not giving the money before their kind of time, that's for sure. +6 food there. Wonderful. That's going to help boost Vancouver. And we'll send this trader to Uruk. And we have a great person, a great engineer. Wonderful. And I think we will leave it there. It's starting to feel like the beginning of the end here for this game. Not in a bad way, it just feels like things are starting to wrap up. In terms of world rankings, we are not going to get there in terms of science, that's for sure. India are much further ahead, but we were never really going for a science this game anyway. Culturally, we're leading. Although China has a lot of culture, but they're a little bit behind in terms of I don't think they're anywhere near as close in terms of tourism, so that's going to be the real kicker for them. Diplomatic victory, we are far ahead, on the way to a victory there. These two, as long as we do play these correctly, that will be another 3 points potentially, and depending on what comes up in the World Congress session here, that will probably be the points we need to win. So we only need 4 more points for a diplomatic victory. And that would be, so potentially by turn 300 we might have a victory. I think the World's Fair will be okay on, but it could get a little bit dicey at points. At points, with points, the whole thing really. Even though I don't think we'll need the Sydney Opera House to win, I just want it out of principle because it looks really cool. But I'm going to leave it there for the time being. Oh no, Cucumbers is joining as I'm leaving. Oh, hello Cucumbers. Yes, I am ending. But I will be playing again later today. I never got a notification till now. I'm so sorry. I would stay up, but I've got work, unfortunately, and also I can't. I would either have. I think I'd have to commit to a whole new session here. It wouldn't take me long to win this game, I don't think, but it will probably take about another 45 minutes, which is a really weird amount of time left, and I don't think I can stay up that late. Of course, it will be up on YouTube tomorrow if you want to watch it there, Cucumbers, but there's obviously no obligation. And I'm sorry that you didn't get the notification till now. That's weird. But yeah, I should definitely be streaming. I should definitely be streaming when I return from work tomorrow. So that's going to be. Hang on. Let me try to write this out in my head. Trying to do maths at 2 o'clock in the morning is horrendous. In like 16 hours from now, roughly, I should be streaming. I realise that's not a very helpful time frame to give, but about 16 or 17 hours from now I should be streaming again. And I should be streaming for, you know, probably multiple sessions, hopefully, because I've got a lot of recording to do for this weekend. I love Civ. Anyway, I am sorry to leave Cucumbers and Whiskers, but I should get to bed, and I've just got my headphones on my desk, because that's going even better. Anyway, thank you so much for dropping by, and it really does mean a lot to me. Take care. Bye bye. If I can actually get myself to close the stream, that'd be wonderful. Okay, cheerio. Bye.